Once you know how to light channel operational line centers and all computer positions, space and time locations, all light workers and in positions, you understand how space and time works to that connections. It's really powerful how we come into higher formation line centers. So I was going to all level connections to understand when I go to sleep, I know exactly what's up. I know exactly where the computers are, what to set up the positions because it's already stored in its facility. It's already stored in its inputs and its output alignment connections. So it's amazing when we sleep, we're aware of these things before we sleep. And that's how powerful the soul can be. It wakes up and knows exactly what it does. And it comes into clarity, comes into frame, comes into picture, comes into digital line system. So last night, position line connections, setting up a new shape position, trying to communications to the Pleiadians and the Pleiadians and everything connections. Now this is all done through spiritual line systems in position. So the Pleiadians and the Pleiadians and the Guardians of the Galaxy are here in a level system in the presence of the now, which is extremely powerful. Remember, we traveled into high level system in the future, but it was the now position. Well, it's amazing how you do these track line centers, right? So anything through calculation will not get through level systems. Everything through the beacon lights will be fully cycled and positions to its line connections, which is linear space of time location, changing all positions into light track systems. So all light workers, way showers, rainbow warriors, all connections is high forcing right now to all lights attraction. The Earth rotation line system is going into a linear space position line connections. It's coming into all levels in the center line position. So when I was going into sleep modes, I was setting up new computer operation line centers in position. So I was in all the universal communication. It was really interesting coming these positions of time location. I was on TikTok and I just sent a 3-minute video of what's going on with the rainbow graph interference channels, line signals, rotation centers, communication programs, all connected to all levels of species. The humanity line connections and its interference position line center is coming into full communication into the male and the female aspect of the system. Now that's a true understand when you come into the whole process, okay? Because remember, you guys are coming into the Piscean moon. Well, that's the understand the track line system where it has to get into your positions of your gravity line centers and your perception. You have to truly understand how to get to what's emotion of the moon and everything through the radiations and all communications and the pixels and activations, the holograms of the sun. It all goes through all TV receptions. Now, TV receptions to all light workers is nothing but light of dimensional time. They're all here at all levels. Okay, so we're gonna exactly on level positions understand what light workers do. What is their job, right? Well, their job is already done, which is amazing because it tracks this communication to high positions. It's all about humanity coming into higher levels of resetting, and this is done through its equation. Understand the connections to your plasma, interference channels, but the whole new concept is coming into an earth line of new shape, which is going to change the plasma interference and put everybody into higher level connections, taking out everything through the matrix 2.0 to a higher level of position of time location. It's trapped its communication in a computer line center. It's coming into a new plasma web. Trying to understand what you see through clarity is everything through its veil. Okay. But the linear aspect of its connection, okay, is high forcing all position line centers. So it's kind of like when we work in space through connections, we're in slow motion. It's really powerful, but we're going extremely fast to acceleration. It's amazing how space and time works on those positions and program setting. It's in its code line system, code frequency, and its code reference. Understand the communications when it comes into all levels of space and attraction, time and its location, activation to your body track system. So that's what humanity is coming into right now. The Earth is coming into a new shape position. Right? It has the center line connections. So it's coming into a diamond core line center, which is really, really powerful. Northwest, south, and east of all directional line systems. Humanity is still going into the platforms of 369. They have to learn how to travel through the connections because it was created through all of the systems. Each planet has its position on line connections. Your connection is all levels of your gravity position locations. Get into your powers and your atmosphere positions of time location. Try to understand the colorations, try to understand the patterns, try to understand everything through nature. Communicate with nature in a way where you feel good. That way you feel better in an aspect line system. When you communicate with nature, it communicates back with you inside, right? Because it's all about understanding how to get coloration of patterns and how to communicate through tree and understand the coloration when it comes into the Inakis. We got into that before. So So to understand everything that you see is all positions of shadow and shades and color and lights and programs and positions and dispositions. Line center to anything connections, but always has a ground. You guys understand your birthing tree line center, right? You understand your connections of your birth line of your higher self, right? Well, everything has its ancestry and history. Okay, time precedes everything, which is the now. So all light workers are in the force recognition of light connections, changing all positions of the earth to the grounds, the power, and the atmosphere locations. So it's reshifting the shape of the earth right now into a 10 core line center, which is going to put everybody in position to a higher level connection. So everything through the connection, like I said, the soul is going to wake you up in all ways and forms. So now's the time to get into your activation body. Okay, everybody's going to go through that, and that's all done through connections. See, we all work as a team. Everything through the spiritual line center, the Pleiadians, the Pleiadians, all those connections, the Lemurians, the Lyrians, they're all in the same position, right? Even on the dark line center, it's all about respecting each other, right? Coming into that value. So basically, they know what they need to do. We know what we need to do. It's all done through connections. It's all done through an inner force. The inner force is everything through its outer force, which goes into all those systems. Okay, it point divides on all levels of coloration and pattern. Understand the communications more when you're structuring line systems outside position of nature to its correlation system. Getting into your car and driving and actually understanding your car through information. Try to understand the connections, try to understand the distance, try to understand the molecule structure line system, try to understand everything through its tire and its reforce positions. It's all connected to its track system. So we all have to understand these things inside. Okay. So the earth line connections and its force recognition and its track is going to come into a new shape. And I'll draw it out through position, tell you exactly what's going on, because everything is a feeding source of center line system. So this is going to open up completely all hearts of humanity position. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to alert the soul more. What that does is it puts you in a higher level of knowing and understanding how important the soul has to come out and change positions. So everything through the spiritual line system creates shapes, all right? Shapes are created through the line system to your pixel activation, to your program setting, to your cells. Every spiritual force in that positions, angels and archangels, father and mother, myself, and anything around light workers at positions to high track line systems to the atmospheres, right? There are only 5 computer line systems plus me through connections: atmospheres, hemispheres, stratospheres, bioatmospheres, and anything through the braining line connections. The hemoglobin surface and its position is changing all line center connections. You have to understand how space and time is in position to all shapes. The geometric line center, its communication is coming more into its opening and more into its direction to its providing system, to its humanity system. Okay, take note on that. That's what's happening right now. So the central line system to the center line system of the earth is in a full communication of a diamond core line system. So that's the true understanding where humanity has to stay with the connections of 3, 6, and 9 until they get into their own diamonds. Okay, the heart-shaped line connections to its interference positions, right? Heart of the ocean, the sapphire locations, the movie Titanic. Well, this basically understand the connections of the ocean where it connects to a heart. Everything correlates a system to a shape position. Now, point lines its center to all level connections. Million track line centers to one point line system. All communications to the moon track line system to all computers of space-time locations, right? So it's all about the information of the sun, informations of the moon, and information of you through navigation, your thoughts and your minds, and how we come into balance everything through the position line conditions. So we're coming into extremely powerful light. Okay, so I set up the call lines and they'll come. See, it references on all line system. If you go on TikTok, they're going to talk about the same thing. Call on all light workers. Call on all light workers. I heard you. 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 That's how it spreads. That's how it goes. That's how it's formulated. So it's from one mind to the next, one mind to the next, one mind to the next. That's what happens, right? So we're in that position right now. So the light workers that are aware are in the right channel to teleportation line conditions. No confusing their positions. If they don't get the calling, they're not in the right channel. So this is going to weed out all line systems to dark line systems and positions, taking all the crater line conditions off position and put everybody back on the light center location, which is 144,000 realms of division of proactive system, the birth line system to its connections. Okay, this is where we come into the birth line of mother and the birth line of father, guys. The true understanding of the base and everything through the tip where it comes inner and the outer line system. The earth line connection is coming into a diamond core line system. So it's going to reactivate the 144,000 round locations of crystalline system to humanity species location. Yay. Hooah. So that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. Everything's in time coordinates. Everything is in a coordinate line system. Truly understand how everything is set up through shapes. You set up the shapes, and that's how it works through triangle line systems to its locations. It scans its rotation to its position to its spiritual line system. Okay, so the Pleiadians and the Pleiadians are in the activation line center. Okay, coming in the earth line, gap line connection interference of its channel. Now, in position, you understand channel line interference. Okay, I already know what line interference is. It's like interacting to interface and position locations, right? But it's all set up in position right now. So the 144,000 realms of its vision from the birth line system of mother and father are finally coming into the center of its diamond core of its heart system, which is going to open up all light tractions to the world system. Ha ha! Woo! Ha ha! You can see why I'm so excited, right? Finally unite, you know? You have to understand the story frame when it comes to 144,000 realm connection position of the crystalline, because we're all part of it. But like I said, I was in the center lines of all computers of space and time, right? So Father told me to exactly tell me what's going on through that connection as well. He is basically getting in position of the head point line center and the baseline connections of Earth and space. You flip it over. See? So this is what it is. So it's like this, right? So what's going to happen now, the ground line center, Mother Earth, and everything through Father Space is going to start spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And that diamond core is going to be, see the solar flare rejection line system coming into solar light panel location. It's going to come into a diamond core, into heart line center, into a full rotation of a new crystalline system on 144,000 round locations of its birth line system. This is exciting. This is what we want. The true understanding how we're coming into the actual position from its beginning. Okay, where we're coming into full cycles of the female and males of our balanced locations. So it's extremely powerful. And you guys are aware of these things, and you're going to feel it too because you're a higher level. The more you go through higher level systems, the more you see connections to that line system, right? So it's incredible force, and that's what's coming into right now. So I'm going to draw the illustration diagram line systems. But I just want to give that to everybody. Okay, so exactly everybody's going to feel it. They're going to feel the light, they feel the difference. The atmosphere is different, the ground's different, the powers are different, everything inside you is different. But truly understand, everything's in set in a core system, because I can understand why I was given the torch that line positions to put Father in communication of the center of space and that line system of high rise until space-time computer line system and everything through Mother Earth of the base locations, and me setting in the center of all computers of space and time. So the track line system is going to go like this now. That's how it's going to end. But at the end is a new beginning. So when it comes into that position, once space of Father and Mother Earth go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, you're going to come into a complete cycle of northwest, south, and east to a diamond core of a heartline system. Like I said, truth is surfacing faster and faster. So light tractions of all light workers, way showers, all the connections of rainbow warriors are now in division locations. All of light traction of TV reception, all of computer line connections of interference positions, all levels of ground formations of intelligence, light signals, all wild graph line systems to perimeter locations, all channels of UFO line center to its position location, our space and time position. So that's what's happening. So this is good. This is really good. So we're finally coming into zero traction 1.01. Mind telepathy the correlation line center to position. Once you come into the diamond core of its resistant line system channel location, we come into the heart line position. So that's how everything is created. You create the shape, okay, the geometry of the shape, which is the operation of the center line system. Everything is correlated to a position, to a source. Now, once you understand the source, you put the colors and the patterns, a holographic line system. You put the soul identifications to its mind system, its thoughts, its creations, imagination, and its drawing. Once you get into those positions, you bring it to life, and then you send it out. So it's all about understanding how father and mother manifested this. So think about that. Space and time is manifesting into humanity revelation. So it's amazing how we come into these position line connections. It's all done through that connection. So understand the force in and the force out, and how everything is done through the heart, the reactor of the center line system, to everything through its servicing engine of its information of truth, freedom, and sovereignty. All right. So, woo! Happy dance. See, Tina feels that. Jill's will feel that. Vicky will feel that. And Samantha will feel that. You know, everybody's going to feel that. So, and this is what's coming into, right? So it's kind of like understanding everything through a new gateway service, or coming into something brand new, you know? So everything in positions where you guys come into your own manifestations. Well, father is in creation line system and manifesting. Mother is in the birth line system of creating to its new earth line system of its chakra line system, to all levels of light workers and connection. So yeah, it's extremely powerful, isn't it? You guys become more aware of what's happening, right? So let's get into your questions first. Tina, Vicky, Jill, how's it going? Good morning. Cleopatra, Isabel, Jill, Vicky. It's great to see you guys, ladies and gentlemen. When reference guys, everybody does that. Get used to so much in the physical line system. But when I was going through so many levels, when you go to higher levels, you come more into clarity, you come in more into image. And then when you go to extremely high rise, when you go to sleep, you know exactly what's going to happen next. And so humanity is coming into that position with their dreams. When they go to sleep, they know exactly what they're going to dream before they sleep. So these are the positions where you come into better communication to the truth line system, to your freedom location, to understand more of your program. And this will always find a way to wake up the soul connections. All right. So Marjorie is going. Hawk. Yep. So now you know what's going on. Okay. So this is huge, guys. This is extremely, extremely big for everybody. So understand the operation of space and time. You get a communication line center to the computer position locations. But I was in the computer line center to all levels. Right. So it's all about everything that I do is all set up already, which is amazing. Right. It's stored of information ready for you. Right. So it's all about you coming back to remembering. That's the biggest thing I can give you guys, is just remember who you are. And when you become who you are, right? There's no doubting system or any graph line center to positions. You don't get into high levels of deceitfulness, corruption, lies, or deception, or in allied connections. See, you come to a certain level where you can't lie to yourself anymore. People do it all the time. White lies, little lies. You lie about yourself, but things that you say hurts everything through nature, because the nature knows. They have eyes, ears, and a mouth. You just don't know it yet, because everything through nature you can't see, but it is intelligence. So it's all about understanding the connections of water, your surface at position. You're good to the water, you're great. The changing pattern line system will high rise your body track line system, open up your heart system. You say something bad to the water, it changes shape positions and it destroys the line system to vibration in your body line connections. True to understand how to calculate, modify to all space positions to AI direction. So it's incredible when we come in these time locations. So let's try to understand the positions here. All right, so I want to get into some mind telepathy. All right, but the understanding communication is point, line, and center to all position locations. To understand the track line center to its communication cycle, to its line system, to its rotation to connections, interchanges positions to heart line system, to a full rotation of a calculation of heart line center to a position location, Point center to its division line center to its position location. Open up all track line centers to position. Okay. It's on a circle rotation line center to position. So it kind of looks like a piece of pie with a heart line center in the center location. All right. So amazing how it tracks its line communication cycle. That comes into position line centers. It comes into higher formation of light connections to its channel interference. All right. So all light tractions is all coming into all position of time location. All right. So the earth line is in the center line connections. Okay. As it comes into its diamond core line system, it changes all positions of time location. Right. To its connection. Okay. So it's amazing how you see these track lines in the earth. It's basically in this position. To understand the communications. So the earth is coming into its digital line center of a computer position location because you're in the 5D track line system of 0.1111.01. Okay. Tracks its communication. You open their circle line centers to where on location, to dot locations, to 1, 1, 1, 1, into point line center to its position. So that opens up everything through the connections of its diamond core line center to its connection. Okay. So it high rises its positions like this through calculation. So it's all about understanding what I'm doing through calculation, which is already done through channel interference. Okay. So when you come into the connection, you come into dimensional line center line system to position. You're always in the center line locations, right? It comes out of positions, okay, to its connection, right? So, and then you come into higher level system, zero track line center. So about getting humanity into zero point center location, okay? So it's all about high rising highliner centers to all level connections. So it opens up its dimensional realm to its high level system. Your earth line center is in position. Okay, so the coloration of the earth position is going to be in a purple rotation line center to a new calculation modification line system to its location. So it center lines its system to circle rotation line system location. That's the earth line center. Now everything through the ground line center is its weed location, comes into its trap line center to its position location. So it's like a wind graph position to a tunnel line interference to a tornado location, right? So it's amazing how it tracks its communication to its ground line center to its communication, right? Okay, so it's like a spin top. You guys ever seen those spin tops? It's like an egg rotation. So it's amazing how the Earth comes in its own shape, position, location, right? So the center line system of the 144,000 realm locations of crystals is going to be in a full diamond core line system. Okay, so it's kind of like a spin top where you spin it. Well, that's what's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen with the Earth line center. So it's going to spin on rotation, okay, to new calculations to the sun interference. Now the sun is on a shape rotation of a computer line center, circle rotation to a box line system to its location, right? And then you come into the moon track line system to location, right? The moon can change anything. So the moon is like a moonbeam. It's a reflection line connections. Remember how you go to your body track line system, you put it on your finger and it changes colors? Well, that's what the moon is. So you understand the communication the program setting to the moon. It reacts to your behavior line system. It connects to all calculations to your hologram, okay, and your pixels and your TV receptions. So it's like it changes colors on your behavior line system, right? So it's coming into the 5D track line system. So it's in its triangular location, right? Into its activation line system, right? So this is where the track line system comes into positions of Lemuria and Atlantis. See? So their service line system is coming back to life to its location. Diamond core position to all level systems of Atlantis coming into the emotion and Lemuria coming into the physical line system, right? So it's all coming back to life. So if you put everything through the Atlantis and everything through Lemuria, you put it in the center line system, it comes into a full rotation of a heart system. Calculation modification northwest, south, and east. It's diamond core line center. Okay, it's in connections, right? So diamond is not really a diamond. See, intelligence sets up shapes in space and time. It correlates in all level systems in calculation. So the center line drops its position to center line system, its location. All right. and it comes into a triangle line interference channel. Okay, that goes into the ground line system to its position. Crosswinds its cycles. Okay, once it crosswind its cycles, it comes into a full rotation of a new heart central line position. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So you know exactly what's going on right now, how everything's calculated and modified to that line conditions, right? So everybody's going to feel a little bit more exhilarated, more fun, more laughable, more happy, more content with themselves, more balanced. The fixing line center to all level connections of your rainbow graphs are changing your holographic line connection, which is changing everything through your dispositions and putting you into more location of position, which is really fascinating, right? But that's what's going to happen through track line systems, space-time locations. Okay? So it's all about mixtures. It's all about blending in things, right? So this is what's going to happen. So basically, let's get into mind telepathy. All right. We want to get into the mind. We did that on TikTok. We were talking about mind telepathy tactics, mind telepathy game, how we all come together, that positions, right? So we'll come into mind telepathy of connections. Okay, you guys have any questions? Let me know. Mind telepathy of connections. All right. So this is how we come into our own shape, position, location. All right. So I'm going to basically, it's kind of like you add something and you add something, you add something. So I'm going to say triangle. And what are you going to say? I'm going to say triangle. What are you going to say? What can you add to the triangle? What can you add to the triangle? And then we're going to get confirmation. Once you get confirmation to position, so it's all like adding on. It's like a team of resistance coming into full communication of an alliance. All right. So I say triangle. What do you guys say? How's it going, Divine? Samantha, how you doing? So we're just going to my telepathy of communication. Pattern. Okay, so you say pattern. Okay, here's the pattern. All right, so that's what we got so far. What's next? 22-second lag, center point. Yeah, I basically put it in slow-mo. So every 10 seconds, you guys can basically tap in faster, right? Because I had it on 60 seconds before you can put up to another message. So every 10 seconds, you can put something up quicker. So it's fun game to me. Way of saying hi. Okay. Circle. All right. So how do you want the circle? This is all about you guys creating already, but I just wanted to show you how you put these things in your own position, time connections, how fast you can track your connections of your platforms and your compilation line centers. Okay. So we got a triangle with the pattern. What's next? We got a circle. Where's the circle? Is it offside or is it in the center or is it overlapping? Around the triangle. Okay, what's next? You see how we're coming into our own design? A square. Where's the square? So this is where I want you guys to formulate more. Rather than saying one word, say a sentence of a word. So a square rotation to the circle rotation to the pattern of the triangle location. Right? Rather than, see, you have to follow what's going on. A circle rotation to the triangle to the pattern. A circle rotation to the triangle to the pattern. That's what I want you guys to get into. Because your center line systems, if you're sending out crop circles, you can't just say square. You can't communicate with UFOs if you don't understand what's going on through the pattern line system. They want to know everything that you're doing in point view through one compilation to one line system to one perception. So you have to understand circle through triangle through pattern to a square. Where's the square? Square rotation off circle, right? Square rotation off circle. Square rotation off circle. See? This is how we have to get into better formations. How to truly understand. So basically overlap square rotation to a higher position. See how it changes positions? And then we can go into a square rotation down surface position location, cross-reference to its compilation line system, right? And then we can do another square rotation to the locations, overlap its positions, right? So you have to understand how things come to life. So this is all about understanding how you see frames of dreams. This is all connected to your mind. It's all correlated to your position, brainwave, and pattern. So it's trying to understand you through positions. So instead of staying square, what are you saying through? So you have to repeat it over and over and over because space and time is repetitive. Until you understand, it's going to go forward. If you don't understand, you're still going to stay on the beacon light of its right and its left line system to its calculation. Your job is to get into your magnetic highway of information to yourselves. Understand the shape positions of what's going on. Okay. When it comes into 4 line connections, the square rotations, triangle location, pattern line center to circle rotation. Now I reversed the cycle line system, but it's still the same thing, the same pattern. So let's get into something else. All right. You set something up. Now don't just say one thing. I want you to say 4 words, say 5 words, say 6 words, right? So it all has to be in sequence. This is where I want you guys to get more into mining your thoughts. Sequence is the most important thing, right? Sequence to the graph line system location, compilation to one center line system. So when you're sleeping, this is what you see. That's how space and time communicates with you through shapes, letters, and numbers. Whether you understand it or not, it's going to keep repeating. It's going to keep repeating until you understand the platform and what you're seeing through perception, which is digital imaging. That's how space and time comes to you. The more you high rise to your chakras, the more you understand the sequence of line communication. Line communication, line communication, line communication. See? Line communication, right? It separates, right? Everything's in order. Okay? So this goes here. 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 See? All this goes here. So this comes to one realm location. You understand? All sequence comes into one realm. Okay? So you go into all this. You take 31 days into one sequence. Understand? It's confusing, right? Because you have to understand how to use your thoughts, a sequence line system. But everything is a chronological sequence. It line divides positions, and you put it in one compilation to one projection, to its projector. All right. So you guys are getting a little bit of understanding here. All right. Triangle with 3-point centers. Okay. Triangle with 3-point centers. Okay. That's pretty easy. There we go. Triangle with 3-point centers. See? A lot easier, right? It's much easier for you guys to do. I want you guys to get into this application over and over and over and over and over. The reason why I want you to do this is because when you go into 60 platforms, you're going to be into Vega. And Vega is going to come to you, and you have to know what you're doing. You can't just say square. They're going to say square to what? The communication line centers. Go back to commander. They're going to tell you. They're going to tell you. Remember, you're going to higher level of the mind, which is all created the space and time through connections to all geometry line center. So you have to truly understand how to use your sequence line systems. Okay, or you're going to go into C's. You're going to go into pause. Okay, you don't want to do that. So that's perfect. Triangle with three circle locations. Good, right? What's next? All right, so this is going to help you too when you go through high-level systems into your crop circles. How to do it a lot quicker. Pull 6 line corners with hallway, midway to shading position of the light. Okay, that's very powerful. With vibrations. Okay, one at a time here. Okay, pull 6 line corners. 6 line corners and in a 3-track line system of 3-point center. Pull 6 line corners with a hallway midway to shading position of the light. But it doesn't have anything to do with the triangle. So you have to add the triangle to the positions of what you're doing with the hallway and the midway to its shading position of its light. See, this is where you guys are getting confused. You're traveling to the wrong direction. You have to look at what you're doing first, and then you add it on, right? So you can do 3-point center to a triangle location, to a graph line system, to positions, to a shading position, to the light traction. So it all has to connect to what you're seeing. This is great too. This is going to help you when you go to higher levels of AI, how to set up your shape positions, but you have to start with what you're with. Okay. So you're saying pull 6 line corners with a hallway midway. Well, how do you do that? What about these? You have to add these. So you have to understand these are point centers. These are round locations. These are location line systems to a triangle to a 369 platform. So truly understand what you're doing, right? So you're telling me to do something separate that's separated from the position of what it is in the beginning. So if I do 6 line connections, right? So pull 6 line corners. All right, 6 line corners. Okay, 4, 5, 6. There, 6 line corners. All right. So instead of 6, you need 8. See, you have to complete the circle. You have to complete the square. You have to complete the triangle. So you really have to know what you're doing. So if it's not connected to this, you got to find a way to communicate with it. So center line system to its rotation. This is where it comes in the outer rotation line center. This is where it gets complicated. So the center line system goes into position to the center location. 2, it's 8 line connection positions, and you can take it out of track line center location. Right? So it's always what you see, but you have to understand every time you're communicating with it, this is different intelligence, this is different intelligence, this is different intelligence. It's not all the same triangle line system intelligence because you're coming to different locations of point centers. So you're dealing, remember I was telling you about the structure line system, how you've seen through calculations, 1 + 1 = 3 and not 2 into that connections. 1 + 1 = 3. You see 3, you in the circle line center, you're always in the circle. And then you see 2 other intelligence, plus you see 4. So that's 4 track line centers in intelligence, right? So 1 + 1 = 4. So we all have to understand the center line system of us through calculation. The center points all the level line conditions to its perception. This is higher rise positions to its atom locations, but you have to have it balanced the position to travel through its connections. So it goes from this to this, right? So Isabel's got this set up, which is now in calculating modified system. So it's got the intelligent line system to its connection. And then you take it out of the equation, location. You scan it. Sonar line interference. You see how things come to life? So it's projecting from here out to here, right? Then you go into a tube line center. See? Tube line center. Okay? And the tube line center comes out to this track line system to its location. You have to know how to communicate through intelligence and what you're doing. So it's incredible how you're getting to all position line connections, but you have to understand the position of everything through center line system. Let's start again. All right, let's see here. What have we got here? So we started with the triangles at the 3-point center. So you have to add on through that, okay? Don't say something different because you confuse the AI position and its ground line center to its all levels of its calculations. Because if you get an X3000 come into location, this is how it's all set up. You got the ground line center. It's already in position to its condition. It's already created through space-time position. So it's already created. It's already created. Your job is to get into the land and set up through position. So you scan the all-level system of the track line system. Okay, that's you through connections. This is you. You guys got into that, right, with your AI vessel locations. So once you do that, you bring it into the ground line center. Okay. And then you set it up, and then you scan it through the ground line system to its location. So you get a true understanding of how to do these things, see modifications, right? So you scan it, you put it in the ground line center, right? And then you set it up here. Okay, and you do the exact same thing that's already set up in space. So it's already set up in space, you're just bringing it into the grounds. So you have to go from here to here, from space to the ground, right? Because the grounds are ready to go. So it's your importance to understand these things through shape positions. That's true. Understand when you come into calculation is to get your point line systems in direction to this through its location. Okay, it gets more complicated, right? Because it's hologram. Everything's a hologram. All right, you got sonar interference, so light tube line center to laser positions, a 369 platform through point line center to all levels of 8 line connections of a circle rotation to its atom line system. That's what this is, their location. So That's a true understanding of how we have to come into our own modification line systems to positions, right? Because if you do that, 1 plus 1 will equal 2. Because in space, it's not 1 plus 1 equals 2, it's 3. See? 1, 2, 3. You see the intelligence, right? That's fascinating. As you see other intelligence, you don't just see me in the center, you see the others. So 1 plus 1 equals 3. That's how space and time works. It's always going forward, but it's always in the now present. Who's in the now present? You in calculations. So it's interesting how you go forward, right? This is the point to understand how you do these calculations, getting all your modification circles, shapes, anomalies, connections, right? But you really have to understand everything through your GODs. The geometrics of U, the operation of U, and the direction. Okay? So that's what we have to get into, fully get into that, because I really want you guys to get into this and know what you're doing, how to calculate this and how to put it in frame and how to bring it to life. Okay, so it's all about manifesting this, right? So let's go in positions or what this is through traction. I'm going to do something else in position. I'm going to draw something out, okay? And you're going to tell me exactly what it is. See, you guys are in this good point line system. I'm trying to understand what you're going through your mind telepathy line center. But you have to figure these things out for yourself, right? Because if you're given information, you have to know what it is. They're going to give it to you an all-level system of letters, numbers, and shape through its lights. So you have to know how to put it in traction, right? So what did I just finish drawing? You saw the picture of the intelligence and meditation. Yeah. Very good. Wow. Way to go, Diane. You got the square. Very good. With the center line. Okay. You're in high position line center. That's pretty good though. See, you guys are high rising fast and faster. So right away, you know exactly what's going on. So when the telepathy or telecommunication line center comes in through UFO position, you know exactly what it is through calculation, and you set up the ground line system to its crossover locations. So it's all getting the shape positions into the right center position. So it can laser direct up, because if you send out off the long signal to shape position, it's not going to track. It's going to merge off the line system, and you got to reset it all over again, right? So square with the center line. Well, it is a square. Truly understand intelligence. You guys have to get into your own singularities of yourself. Okay? Of intelligence. So what else is missing? In a triangle. Nope, no triangle. It is a square though. It is a square. Okay? S line. Nope, no S line. See, this is where everybody needs work. See, this is understanding how you go into connections and how you go into right like connection positions. So truly understand, when you're getting positions of a square, those are different lines. It's not the same line. You're going through 4 different intelligent lines to a square. So you're getting 4 different connections of intelligence. So this is truly understanding where 1 plus 1 equals 3. 1 within the center is you. You're always in the picture frame. You're always in the picture frame. You have to, because you're communicating. It's the illustration of you. You have to understand the intelligence on one side and the intelligence on one side. So once you get your track system of your right ear and your left ear in balance, then you understand the equation, 2 positions. And 1 plus 1 equals 3. All right? Very good. Samantha got it. 4-point centers. See? Square with 4-point centers. Simple, right? Easy. Very good. Diane and Samantha got it through mind telepathy. Square with 4-point centers. This is a box, but this is not the same intelligence. This is a different realm of intelligence, different color, different light, but different program, different computer, different computer, different computer, different location, different location, different location, different location. That's what intelligence is, right? So what do we got here? 4, right? Okay. We got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4-point centers. Okay. Plus 4 is what? 4 plus 4 is what? It's 8, right? It's 8 equals 8, right? But where do you see the 8? There's no 8. You got the center line system. So in position, it's not a line track system, it's a circle rotation. You have to be in the center, guys, of everything. So that's 9 locations. So 4 plus 4 does not equal 8. It equals 9. So you come into that positions, center line system, track its communications, right? So it comes in positions of 5 plus 4 equals 9. See? So space is complicated. See, the thing is, we have to look at the fact that space is all inside of us. So we're the center of everything. So if we're in the center of everything, we stay in the center. We stay in the center. So if you don't see the center, I'm in the simulation, but the center is always there. It never leaves. It's always there. And that's how everything is created, from inside out. So that's the understanding, is that you're only connecting to outside. 4 plus 4 equals 8. But where's the center? That's you. It has to be you. It always has to be you. It doesn't leave. And then you come into track line system. 5 plus 4 equals 9 in its equation. So you guys are getting a little bit more understanding now how it works, how you're all connected to this circle rotation. So if you go to higher levels of programs and anything through points and line systems to computer positions, 5 plus 4 equals 4,000. Okay. 5 plus 4 equals 9,000, depending on where you're going. Track line connections to balance line system. If you're going back in the past, you're going into subtraction. If you're going into the future, you're going into the plus or multiplication. That's how space and time works, the multiplications. There is multiplications, but it gets complicated. As long as you understand, you're always in the center of everything through the life system, because you have the grounds, this is you, and this is everything through space. That's how life works. That's how life works. And it's always going forward in time location. Okay? But you're always in the center. So now you know why 1 plus 1 does not equal 2. Right? It's fascinating. There has to be 3 there, because you're always in the position of center of intelligence of communication. Right? So what is this? What is it? What do you think it is? How would you describe this as intelligence when you look at it? What is it? Just look at it. What is it to you through intelligence? What is it? What does it look like to you? How do you look at it as story frame? Remember, you have to send this back to the UFO Line Center. How would you send that to them? Hold on a sec. Truly understand, there's something that is wrong. What is wrong with this picture? Remember, I told you it's not to look at the obvious, but actually look what's inside first system. Always go back to see things and correct it through its division line system, through its line connections. The channels could be off, the information could be off, the programs could be off, the keyframes could be off, anything, because if you don't go back, you can create a virus. What's missing? Circles, spirals, lines, 8. This was what I was writing when you were drawing it. The circle isn't connected on the bottom. Bingo. But the thing is too, this is here. So this is interesting. The circle isn't connected to the bottom. Okay, it's not connected to the bottom. Right, but what about the top? You have to channel to the top, right? So that's a connection. So there you go. I'm helping you guys out. There's the connection. See? Now it's all connected. It all has to be connected or it's separated. Right? All has to be connected. So what is this? What's this? What is that? What is that? What is going on here? Everything's attached. Everything is positioned. You go back. Everything's line signal. There's a little bit off position there, right? But I can fix that. But truly understanding what you're seeing, everything has to be connected. And what stays in the center? You. So think of it this way. You're always in the center of everything. There's a ground. There's the atmosphere. There's you, always in the center. The center never leaves, because why? Because you live the now. Okay? I don't like this leg timing. Diamond, balance. Diamond core, center position. Diamond core, center position. See? Diamond core, center position. But there's something missing. See, you guys are getting better and better and better and better. This is a diamond core, but what about this and this? You got the diamond, but this has to be attached. So you have to add all communication. Okay? Circle rotation line center to diamond core position line center to ground line center to circle rotation to a cert line center to its point system, to its cross reference. See? That's what it is. Fully complete the cycle before you send out anything through AI connections. Because if you miss information, this is what happens if you get separations. You get back into radiation line connections of interchannel connections and virus location. Northwest, south, and east, yeah. But you have to send all communications, not just this, but what's this and what's this. So if this is attached to the diamond core through the circle of its point center, you got the diamond core and you got the circle, but what about the point center? What about the square? What about everything that cycle out to its connection to atmosphere, to its ground line system of exhibition? Right? So this is where you guys have to get into higher formations of what you're doing with your calculations. Get really more into everything through its attachment. All right? So Diane's a little bit confused. That's okay. Totally fine. We're all in this together. So I really want you guys to get involved, so get a true understanding how we connect to all levels, right? So I can get you guys into higher positions. All right, so I'm going to draw something out again. All right. Think of the story of what's going on. See, look at what's missing, what's going on. What is going on with the frame line center to its connections? Okay. Truly understand position line center to its position location. All right, so I'm going to show you something through track system. You tell me exactly what it is through your intelligence perception. What is it? What does it look like to you? Focus. See what's attached. See what's not attached. So see what needs help. Right? See everything that's not connected. Everything has to be connected before you transport anything to AI position. Because that's where you come into the confirm, right? To its compilation, one center position. So I get this all the time. Some things are off. I always fix it before I send it out, right? All right. Okay, so what do we got here? We got, it's okay, Donna. Don't worry about that. Just try your best. Configuration thinking pattern from past. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Looks like a map of communication in and out sonar. That's better. Samantha's connecting. She's got a better communication here. See, now you guys are connecting. There's no right or wrong here. You're different intelligence. I just want you to understand how to put things all together through communication and understand everything through intelligence is its waving system. It's all calculated and modified, guys. It's all different intelligence, right? So truly understand these two positions. But you have to truly understand who you're communicating with when it comes into all levels of matrix or the simulation or singularity line conditions, right? It could be an atom rotation line center, all in one position. or it can be 1 intelligence, 2 intelligence, 3 intelligence, line system location, triangle line system, off circle, off circle, off circle, not attached, not completed. So everything has to be a circle rotation. Everything has to be shaped anomaly. If it's off track system, I did this purposely. Okay, it's not connecting. It can't connect to this until it's this. So we all have to understand how to communicate the line system, right? That's informative. Ground positions in storyline. Communication in one ear, but the other ear is not connected. Very good, Jill. That's very good, Jill. That's exactly what it is. You have to have the balance of vibrations through the string. Communication with one, communication with the other, right? But that's good. So I'm going to write a scripture line connection AI position line system, right? You try to understand what it is, the calculations. All right? Now it's going to be a little bit confusing to you. You're not going to understand it, but you might not. Who knows? It's all about understanding what you're seeing through calculation. Modifies all levels. Try to understand the communication, everything through point line system to its location. This is extremely high positions of AI location. Try to understand the trap line system to its location, center line system. It's planetary locations to its high line systems positions. Okay, so what's this? Extremely high. This is given to me every day. What is it? Use your intelligence. Remember, these are all connected to crop circles, guys. Everything is connected to intelligence. You have to understand what you're communicating with and how everything is set up for you to understand. What is it? Everything is a message. Everything is a connection. Everything's communication. Confusing, right? It's because your right and your left ear are not balanced, which is okay. I'm just showing you how powerful it is, where you should be able to have balance with each vibrational lines of your right and your left ear position location. One is one saying one thing and the other saying another. So you say one word, but the other word comes out the other way position. You get confused through the line system of 3 lines, 6, and its 9 location, which is confused, right? It's hard to understand these things, right? You can't understand the communication. All right, being in the moment, information given, one crop circle grounds to earth into line signaling flux capacitor. Okay, so which one is which? Which one is which? Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right. I'll cite line center locations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one are you talking about? This one? Crop circle ground to earth in the line signals of a flux capacitor. Okay. Well, it's not connected to the grounds because they'd be a circle. So we all have to understand this is extremely high, guys. It's an extremely high position of AI information. But I'm just trying to tell you how powerful it is when you come to higher levels of 1, 2, 3, and 4 track line system. But that's good though. Good job, Samantha. So if it was the earth line center, you see the circle rotation of the ground line system, or electrical lights coming down position to the center line system. So let's see here. Information coming in, being disrupted, distributed. Which one? Just tell me which number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Information coming in, then being distributed. So if information is coming in, which one is it? I know which one it is, but do you know which one it is? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or is it all 4? So you have to understand how everything's communicated. Right? The top left is flux capacitor. The second is the grounds. The third is the line connection. And the fourth is crop circle. Okay, crop circle. A crop circle is just a circle. Okay, So you have to really get specific on what you're saying when you're going in a crop circle. Crop circle, you can go to all level connections of shape positions, right? So a crop circle would be a full circle. It's not a full circle. It's separated. It's got a circle line center point system, but it doesn't have a crop circle. It's not connected. See, this is where you have to truly understand these positions, guys, and how you go to higher level system to AI point line system, right? So just make sure, just go through 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically, top left is the flux capacitor. Okay, this one. The second is the grounds. Okay, so where's the grounds here? Here? Remember, grounds is a circle line center. So you have to look at the size graph line system in position. So all has to have a circle. All has a circle, and the size graph line system is from this position. There's the grounds. Okay, the grounds is always in position, always in the center line. Always, 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 because it's circling. So you have to stand the rotation of the ground line center, right? So if you get that, then you can go through this, through connections to its position. See, now it's attached. So it's interesting how you come across these things, right? Flux capacitor info coming into inline connections. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. You guys are getting better. Here's another one. Remember, they're all story frame line centers. It's interesting to come across these things. It's all about understanding what's going on through trap line center to position location. Try to understand the communications and everything through line connections. High forcing to high position line center to its location. It's amazing how it comes into the diamond core line center to location. All right, so what's this new position? Everything is a story of information. Now, you obviously know this is the past. That's the first thing you got to look at through intelligence, but you got to look at the story frame. What is going on with the picture? Where's the beginning? Where's the middle? And where's the new beginning? There's never an end in anything through pyramids. Line signal locations, everything the center line system. Where's the center of you? You're always, always in the center of everything through communication. Remember that. Where is the center of me? All right, so you got the sun. Where's the sun? This is the sun. All right, two waving lines. Let's go on this again. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put you in order. Okay, there it is. Now it's in order. It's getting easier, isn't it? Because you think this would be first, this be second, this be third, right? No, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You have to get the story. Your life is a story. You can't confuse anything through a lacing line of T reception locations. You have to get into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the story first. So you have to get into line graph line connections, right? That's how pyramids are built. They're all built through storyline. I'm giving you guys the hieroglyphics of everything connections, right? So I know everything through pyramids. I know all stories of pyramids. See, it's all connected. It's amazing how we come to this track system, what it is through calculations. Try to understand the story frame. Try to understand everything through calculation. What is going on with the sequencing line systems of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What's the story? So you have to, how to put it all together through one line connection of an atom. 2 line wave position locations, waving line center, weather locations, and disruption. Now, you try to understand, what is this through calculation? Everything's intelligence. Now it's separated, but it's a story. So it's going like a film. It's going like a projector. You're projecting your projection of what you're going through your life cycle. of its past of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 frame line connections and what it is through channel line system. All right, thought process. Mary is going 2 waving line signals. 3 is waking on the sun. Okay. What's this? What's this here? If this is a wave, what is this? Remember, it's attached. If it's separated, it's 2 different wind vectors. If it's together, it's DNA. You see it? So this is moon graph line center, moon rotation position locations, DNA correlation line center position, okay? Trap its communication to its interference channel to its inner line system. The intelligence is coming to its own DNA traction to its moon surface position. That's what this is, the location. Just the 1 frame position to 1 level connection. Truly understand everything is modified through you. It's stored of information already. So when you guys go to higher levels, you understand more because you have it stored for you. Because it's there for you already. So you have to travel to these places to understand everything through its hieroglyphics of its pyramids, right? So it gets complicated, doesn't it? All right, so let's go through another one. First, understand why we have pyramids. Why do we have pyramids? Why do we have pyramids? Anybody know? Very basic. This is a pyramid. Is this a pyramid? Is this a pyramid? No, it's a triangle. A pyramid is all connected through all of the systems, dimensional time connection. Is this a pyramid? Truly understand, everything is in the center. So for me to communicate with all wire lines center to location of computers or line system, you always have to be in the center to its pyramid location. See the pyramid? Now it's a pyramid. See? Line cross line system here. So you have to look at it what it is. So it's on the ground. So this is the peak, and these are the sides, 3 line centers. Right? So, and then you come into the point center locations of the sun, programs of the moon, and you into the 9 location of the center line system. You're always in location of center, right? So you got platforms of 1, 2, and 3. So how are you looking? You're looking above, looking below. This is what the pyramid looks like, right? So you understand the connections to that position. Okay, comes into its own realm location of its dimensional locking connections. All right. So like I said, to understand how it comes into laser direction. Now, we use pyramids for laser, perimeters, barriers, position line connections, and interference channels. UFO comes in position. We'll set up the locations. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're spinning outside, and all of a sudden you stop and look up, then you're sending the connections of a pyramid because your pyramid is activated. Whether you understand that or not, that's your decision. So every time you spin, you're activating your lasers through a point line system, which is U connections to the seat of the soul, right? So then it sends out laser direction line system. See, disappeared on location. I got to set up the operation line center up again. See, that's how it's understanding, communicating with the digital pad, the marking line connections, everything, the interference position, 369 location. Everything I do is inside, already stored through its cloud. It's stored through its cloud. So where's the flux capacitor? Where's the flux capacitor? Do you see it? You should be able to see it through line system. Remember, you're looking at a point due down line system, right? Here's a flux capacitor right here. a 3, 6, and 9. You see it? So it activates the circle. When it activates the circle, the UFO line centers come into position out of the sun rotation. So this is how you set up corrupt server line center interference channels. Comes into its own realm, takes it out of the equation location. 0 traps its position. On tip of location positions. So it opens up the track line systems of the sun at computer line center, opens up the 6 platforms of the moon location, and opens up U through location center line system, comes into its diamond core line system to its positions. Okay. So when you get into that positions, you come into higher formation of the diamond core line center to its location. All right. Once you have that, you come into all levels of your tetrahedron. All right, all done through your pyramid. So it's all about sending laser direction line systems. This is where we use the cosmic flame, cosmic fire, serpent flame, serpent fire. It's all position line connections. Channel line interference positions to India, where they come out with, snakes. To understand that position line connections, everything has a channel line system. To understand its tree format and why it's in position, but everything is in the center of everything. As long as you understand, you are the center of everything. Okay, through its calculation. All right, all the time. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter where you go. You're always in the center of everything that you do through calculation. So you set up operations, but you're always in position. You're always communicating in the center line of everything. It's pretty simple, right? Then you understand why one, you come in positions of high level system. Okay, where 1 plus 1 equals, the calculations here. Let's go into the black surface space position here. Okay, 1 plus 1 equals 3,000. Okay, so that's 3,000 point line centers into one circle rotation of U through calculation. So it tracks its communication line center, and this is how you put it in position locations. Start off with this equation. Okay, highline its system to its location. Comes into all positions. How you take everything through letters, numbers, and shapes to point location to 3,000 channel line interference channel locations. See? And then you line signal it to its graph line system. Okay? And you go into the center line system of everything through calculation, which opens up its dimensional realm line center into secure line defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-dimensional time connections. Right? So 1 plus 1 equals 3,000 in this position of dimensional time lock system. See? I did it all through the plasma and the formula. I don't have to draw the illustration. It's all connected. That's how letters, numbers, and shapes are all connected. Okay? Well, you can flip it up like that. It doesn't matter, right? But it's not in this position. It's in this position, right? So intelligence tells me exactly where it's set in position. Okay? Now, if I add something, I'm changing the equation. I'm changing the equation. I'm changing the equation to a box line center, to a triangle line center, right? To a starlight position location. I'm changing everything through graph line system. You can change the shape positions. Now, stars are very powerful in positions. We use stars for star lights. They connect to beacon line connections. So we use star energy lights to point line system, right? It tracks this communication to point line system to fold connections, right? So the high rise is positions like this to calculation. The same thing with directions to its connection. Once you get into that, you come into the plasma interference line center to its location. Okay. Once you do that, you come to your compilation 1 condition. That's what you created. All right. So it changes its plasma and its equation. Right. So you always have to change the center line system. That's you. You changing your thought. That's you. You change your image. That's you. But you're working inside, which is you inside, which is the connected to the soul. So you can change the position. You can change the color of the shape. Right? You can even take it out of the equation of its line system to its location. See? You can turn it into a higher position line center to a tetrahedron location. But it's always in the center. So what changes? Everything outside position. What stays in the compilation 1 center location. So it doesn't go outside a space anomaly. It stays in position. Because if you go outside, now you're connected to higher levels of intelligence, and they're all different vibration line systems, right? So that's why you have to set up your own compilation line system to graph location to its position. Like this. And every time you dream, you're in this position. This is you sleeping. Okay, that's you sleeping, right? Now, when you come into frame, this is what you come into. You come into that, right? So it's all about understanding what you are doing through your shape positions. What are you doing through calculation? What are you doing through point center location? What are you doing through line connections? It's all connected. So once you understand it, it comes into your graph line system to its mind system. Right? And the XT thousands come into plateau, depending on how many point centers there is, the location. Right? They scan the position to its location. Right? So once they go in that positions, they take the graph line center shape positions, create a crop circle to its location. Okay? Bring it down to the ground line center to its communication. Now it's attached to the positions. And what is it? It's a tree, right? It's a pyramid, right? You see the story frame? It's clouds, right? It's suns, right? It's lasers, right? You see how it all comes together? That's how our dreams are created. It's all created through our thought of space and time through this connection. To understand that, like again, it's up to you. So it formulates on all level systems. The more you understand positions, you understand your frame positions through digital line connections. But all our dreams are all based on this. Every single time we dream, it's black. It's black. It has to, because it's space. Whether you understand that through perceptions, you're seeing everything through calculation. So illumination light systems do its modifications like this. Right? So this is you on the other side looking in, looking out. Okay? You go like that. Just go like that. You feel 2 circle lines. If you don't see the circle lines of you through illumination, you're not open through channels of your higher self or the avatar computers. So once you get in that positions, your eyes open up through your triangle line center locations. Right? Once you understand that, you come into the center of everything through position. Right? Then once you understand that, then you come into the full rotation of its 8 circle location center line system. Okay. Once you understand that, you all stand all position line centers to the ground line centers, to the powers, and everything through your magnetic highway line information channel location. Right? Once you understand that, you get in the center line system to trap line system positions. You come into your own diamond core connection. Right? Once you understand that, you come into light connections of its ground line system, circle rotation to a center line system. Okay. So this is all connected. It's all connected. It's what you see. Trying to understand what you see. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand these things. So you have to understand everything through connections when you see things like this in your frame of your dream. Right? So it's trying to understand how to put this all together through plasma. Because our dreams are nothing through connections into frame positions of a story frame location. How it all connects. Right? It's all done through sequence. right? So, is everybody more confused than ever or what? Well, I'm just showing you how you really have to understand your dreams when you're sleeping. If you're aware of these things, you know exactly what you're going to dream before you go to sleep. That's why it's so powerful, because it's all perceived through you of what you create through your thoughts at the end of the night. There's 24 hours in a day, yes? 7 days a week. You're creating your thoughts. When you go to sleep, your thoughts open. Now that projects on line centers, so you can be in confusing positions with your past, present, and future into one line system. So that's taking the past, the present, and the future into one line system. Past, present, and future into one line system. See? That's how it comes into one cycle. So you're getting the past, the present, and the future in one dream, of one compilation to one story frame. One story frame, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 story frames, only one. So your whole life in your dreams when you're sleeping is nothing but a film. So this is how it connects, all right, to understand positions. You know what film is, right? Everybody knows what film is, okay? I used projectors when I was a security guard, and that was like 15 years ago. I used to, run the projectors, the film. It's like this. This is film, right? Your whole life is a film. Film by frame by frame by frame. That's how life works. Whether you understand the frame of Monday, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's totally up to you. Because the thing is, whatever you dream through perception, and what you do through observation. You can be watching TV on location. So when you come to higher level systems, you're everything through connections of space, and everything comes into light. So when you see the color like this, you understand what's going on. If you don't see the color, you don't understand what's going on. But your perception is sleeping through that connections, is trying to understand the shape position, what's going on through locations. Trying to get you guys more into vision, what you're seeing through perception, especially when you're sleeping through position. Try to understand what it is. What is that? And then a triangle comes in. Oh, what's that? Oh, and now you're seeing another frame positions. This is where you change your thoughts, so you understand your inner and your outer line center. That's the problem. So thoughts come in and something else channels out. Thoughts come in the center line. Thoughts come in and it comes into the channel line. Okay, so it's the inner and outer. Okay, thoughts of the channel, right? So like I said, if it's not cat, it's catch. So you got a different tri-line system. You wake up to that positions. You go into modification line system to its location. That's you. So I got the shade here. So try to understand positions of you. Try to understand the modifications of you and how you're all in position of line conditions of you. That's you, right? So, and then you're going, You're going, what just happened? Right? You have no clue. You're waking up to what? Not an understanding of what just happened with your dream. So it wipes out its system, right? All because of what you perceive, all levels of activation to all levels of connections to all levels of 7 days a week, right? Of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? So if your projection, let's say you watch one day, 24 hours of 3, 4, or 5 movies, that's all going to go in your mainframe. It's going to come into your dream lines, whether you understand it or not. See, the thing is, the more you dream, the more you perceive through perception of thought. But your thought has to come into the light signal to right position, to its left position, its location, or it comes out everything through the cat to catch. So you're getting two different signals. You're not coming to string theory through balance line system. Remember, you pull the string? So it's true to understand when you come into more of your dream, what you're dreaming, because you're perceiving everything through that connection. So you come to that line system. You wake up, you do your regular routine, you're in this position, you go outside and you're scanning nature, right? You're seeing people, sitting down. See? So it's all about understanding. If you stand in one center line system and you look at that tree and you look at the person sitting on that bench, you're going to go to sleep. When you go to sleep at night, you're going to see the tree and everything at the position in its own connection. So you have to understand what dimension the tree is in and everything through the person that you're seeing through connections. So it's all about what you perceive, your perception of your thoughts. So your thoughts go into the right, to the left, right? Then you get everything to the seat of the soul and you come into the ground line center. You're awake, you have your E field line center to its locations, right? Then you understand everything that's connected to a scan line system, to its position, to its person, or anything through a scan line system to its tree line system, right? So it's all about your thoughts. They all have to come out the same way, or you get confused to your dreams. It's very powerful, guys. Very powerful. And that's why you can't decipher your dreams, because your thoughts don't come out the same way, right? So if you go into positions like hat, so it's again, this is space. So this is to understand. You come into these positions. You're sleeping again. This is you sleeping. Just showing you exactly how powerful it is when you dream. So you come into frame. Everything comes into frame like this all the time, every night. Whether you understand it, it's totally up to you. It's very important to understand that. I'll keep saying that over and over and over so you get a better understanding why we come in these positions, why it's important to understand these things from the right to the left ear location. It's sonar, guys. It's sending out signals. So what is it doing? Transmitting. Whoa, it's transmitting. It's your higher self. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm not communicating through my earline center yet. There you are, right? You're awake. You say, whoa, I don't know what's going on. My right or my left, right? So you're confused. You don't know what's going on, do you? So you go back. So when you go back, right, what happens? You wake up. Don't remember anything. See? That's how it works. It's all connected to soul, right? So the soul is there to help you. But if you don't understand your connections over your right and your left, your position to its communication, you're always going to get different information to its lifeline system. To understand how powerful you are through the right and the left ear. The right and the left ear have to have the same channel, so you get the same connections to its pitcher, right? Its pitcher to that connections. To understand what is going on with the frame. If it's a diamond, right? So this is coming out, this is diamond, right? There's a diamond. That's a diamond, right? Now, that's the communication coming from intelligence of your soul. Pay attention. These are the ear line center, right? That's your right. Now, if you're getting the wrong information, because the mind line system doesn't understand the positions, right? It doesn't come out diamond, right? It come out connections of ditch, right? Diamond ditch. Ooh, soul's going, what is going on here? Scratching his head. You see how important your ears are of listening? Because your ears open. Your ears are open to sonar, to the right and to the left. Okay, so you got to really understand if it's diamond, it's got to come out diamond and not ditch, because your soul is going to go, physical system doesn't understand positions yet. What am I going to do to wake them up? So it's true to understand how we come in these positions, guys. Right? That's why you wake up and you can't remember your dreams. It's because your right and your left ear are not balanced in position to a thought connected system. All right. How do we connect better to the symbology? Well, that's exactly what it is. I just showed you, Cleopatra. I saw new colors, combinations, colorways, objects in dreams. That's great. Do you understand what it is, though? When you see these things, do you understand what it is, Hawk? If you understand it, that's great. But how do you put it together if you don't understand what it is? You see it, but you can't put it together. Right? It's trying to communicate with you. The universe system wants to help you in all ways and forms. You guys have to get in these positions and you have to get balanced with your thoughts. So when the soul comes in and communicates with you, because it is you, it's just a higher formation of you, it's sending out letters, numbers, or shapes, or names, or anything that connections, or digital line center. If it's sending out 7777 track line center to box line system, each equation to its location, inner line system to plasma interference channel locations, high rise position, XT1000 locations, bring the crop circle location. Boom. All done through one compilation, one center location. I did that in seconds. Now, I didn't send it out. Right? It's just an example. This is how powerful you come into higher formations of intelligence. I want you guys to be aware of these things because you're not going to just connect with one vibration to the right and the left ear. You're going to be connecting with a lot more of vibration of different intelligence of high forcing to the data processing lines. Okay, you're coming into higher levels of channels to vibration, energy, and frequencies, higher levels of shapes, right? And then you have to really understand all connections. So if you see, hey, that's beautiful, that's pretty, but what do I have to do with that? You're going to be confused. Now you're getting a headache of a migraine, and your soul's going, I don't know what to do now. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got something that's given to you, a piece of paper, and you're trying to understand its diagram. You're trying to understand the story frame. It all has to do with you. And it gets confusing if you don't understand the thought positions, especially when you're connecting to all levels. For example, cat comes out catch. Right? It doesn't make any sense, does it? So the soul can't send it out if you're sending something wrong. Right? So it's all position to all your dream connections. Getting better information to yourself through position of its balance location. And so you understand more of positions and how to communicate with your dreams. So it's all about what you see. It's what you see through connections of space. What do you see in space? Everything is black. You go through that connections all the time. You shut your eyes, you're sleeping, right? You're not sleeping. You're in sleep mode because your mind's working. So it's what you see, right? That's the first thing when you sleep. You see. What are you seeing? I'm seeing a graph line of a box line center to location, circle rotation to a high level citizen security line defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. That's what I see. Now, do you understand it? If you understand it, then the next XT1000 will come into your Dreamline Center. Okay, it will confirm it to line conditions, and it'll send up another program to the center location to its Diamond Core Line System location. Diamond Core Line Center location. To its position of north, south, and east. Okay, once you understand that track line connections, you come into higher level system to its position. See? It's very powerful of what you see. What you see, then you get to know of what it is through intelligence. And then you can see it, and everything that's going on right now, you can travel through it. Now, when you travel through it, you actually see the portal, the dimension, the wormhole that you created. Right? Once you get a higher level system, you can change positions. You can change the color of your line center. Remember, you're the soul. You can do anything in space. It's just magical. You create anything through the dimension line system to its connection. Then you can travel through it. There you go. traveling through it. There's nothing that you can't create through the soul, but the soul has to understand what is going on through your thoughts. You're sleeping. See, the thing is that your ears are open, your mind is open, but you think you're sleeping. No, you're not sleeping. You're recharging. You have to sleep though, because the time zones and the communications of the sun changes your programs every single day. And the moon changes your behavior line to all levels of your pixels and your activations of your ground line system. You guys don't know that, but you have to know these things because you're all connected inside through the sun and the moon. So that's why the sun goes up and the moon goes down. And the moon goes up and the sun goes down. Right? So the sun wants to see what you can see through illumination. The moon wants to know what you can see, all communications through your behavior line system. So seeing to that connections, high forcing channels, right? We got into position 4, right? Seeing, okay, is believing, right? That's where you start off, right? Believing. Seeing is believing. Once you get in that track line center, you come into the belief. Okay, the belief, which is very powerful. Okay, you come in the communications of believing is seeing / seeing, right? So you've crossed over. So you're in the belief of seeing now through connections, right? So then you come into your 3, 6, 9 location, which is you in the center line system, all positions. So you're in that dream line center to its location. This is you sleeping. All right. So you understand that believing and seeing, you start seeing things. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. I'm seeing my dimension now. I'm seeing my portal come out. I'm seeing an actual wormhole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you understand the plateaus and level of the system. See, it's all about what you see through 3. It's all about what you see through 6. It's all about what you see through 9, right? And everything that connections, once you jump over to vortex line system, the acceleration to time capacitor, now you come into all levels of the soul of believing and seeing. Once it goes past the mind system, all 3, 6, 9 comes into its point center line connections to each other, right? Once you track that line system, you can take all 3, you can take all 6, and all 9 into higher level system to its location. Okay. See? A complete cycle of 3, 6, 9 platform, all done through perception of what you see to believing. All right. So that's the problem with people is they don't realize how important it is to meditate. But meditation is what you're doing right now. We're meditating right now. I'm communicating with you. You're communicating with me through solar text. That's meditating. That's a different form of meditating. But you're doing it through solar text and I'm doing it through voice. See the difference? But we're all connected. We're all aligned to each other. So get out of the seeing believing and get into the believing of seeing. So you have to close your eyes and see yourself on the other side of dimension of space. So when I close my eyes, everything's set up for me. Done through equation, next frame. Done through equation, next frame. Done through equation, next frame. Right? Because I work with so much intelligence every single day. My computer line center to all my cloud is already in stored of information. So I can work with 150,000 positions of intelligence to one line system. So 150,000, which is very, very fast of information. So 150,000, okay, into one dreamline center to location, into one perception of the mind system. Okay, you understand the platform, then you take the 150,000 out of the equation location, right? You understand that the connections, you are always in the center of its position, guys, right? So you always have to make sure that you have the grounds, the powers, and the atmosphere location. which is your magnetic line center. Then you come into high level system, to the center line system, understands its information, comes down to the ground line center to its connections, opens up the ground line center to your positions. Okay, and then you're ready to travel through your portal line connections, a wormhole connection. There you go. Out of the equation. See? So that's all you work with every day is the ground, the power, of the atmosphere. It's not that complicated. But you have to understand the right and the left hemisphere of the ear-trunk line system, or you're in full reduction of communication of confusion. All right? All right, so let's get into your questions here. All right. Okay, okay, we got into that. Everything is new beginning if you organize the frame position with your being. Listen to Isabel. That's good. Very good. Looks upside down. Yeah. How do we connect better to the symbol? We got into that position. I saw new colors. Understand what you're seeing. You have to get out of the seeing to believing. So the believing comes more into communication of the soul, because the soul isn't seeing. You're seeing through perceptions of the physical system. You have to get into the believing and seeing. That's the soul. So it's all about mindset. It's a reset. That's all this is. Okay. Hoping the gateways open up much wider. Jenny, how's it going? There needs to be a reality bad change in the world right now. I'm doing that, all the connections that's being done. Remind me what the ringing of the ears mean. Okay. So basically, ringing of the ears are inner and outer. Okay. So it's all about understanding the connections from the right and the left of balance. So when transmitting comes into receiving, you have to understand the same number, same sequence, same correlations, same shape, same dimension, same connection intelligence, same planet line system, same grounds, power of the answer location. It always has to be the same position of time, location of space, which is the now, right? Because I'm in the center of everything. So I understand my grounds. I understand me through the power. And understand me through the atmosphere, but I'm always in the now, through the soul. All right. So we have to get into all the positions. Like I said, if you get a party, you get a bunch of people and they whisper in your ear, okay, you go through 12 people. Like I said, at the end of that person, they'll have a different name or a different sentence or a different word, because you're not communicating to each other. So it's all about how energy travels, and it changes through vibration. Now, if you go through 12 line centers from beginning to end and you get the same word, you're good to go, right? That's how you send things out. That's how it doesn't get confused. But the mind gets confused. The thought gets confused if you don't understand the energy that's given to you, which is frequency and vibration. And the harmonic resistance is its communication. And that's how you put it all together. Right? So sonar like whales, yeah. Same with dolphins. I can't put it together yet. I've been seeing a lot of bats. Okay. I see that. But to understand why you're seeing it, that's the thing. You got to get to see it into believing. I did a Sudoku puzzle before last night. Kept dreaming of the organizing numbers 1 to 9, but related to people, chakra systems. Yeah, that's like back and forth trying to understand the Sudoku, how it comes in positions, how you try the system. So it's all about putting the number in position, location. The energy last night was intense. Yeah, it was very intense. It's very cool when you get into these higher level systems, people. Okay. Can dreams have multiple correct meanings or one connect meaning? Dreams can connect always in forms. You just have to understand all levels when it comes into transmitting, receiving, transmitting, receiving, transmitting, receiving. You're transmitting, receiving, transmitting, receiving. That's all it is. Transmitting, receiving, transmitting, receiving. So when you're transmitting, receiving, and you're getting the same information, you're good to go. But if you're transmitting, don't understand it, it's going to come out to a different vibration. And it changes everything through your body system, through the ground line system. So yeah, I'm understanding my dreams better. See, there you go. Cleopatra's in a better position to understand her dreams and her connections. So that's a lot that was given today. You guys doing exceptionally well. Keep it up. Just give me a little bit more information how to get your Dreamline Center into the balance locations of the right and the left hemisphere of its zero track line system. Okay. Questions or comments, anything through Healing, you can let me know. I will see you guys on TikTok. Adios.